From the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, the National Football League is on the air. Today, the Miami Dolphins meet the Houston Oilers. The Dolphins are certainly on a roll. They have won 6 of their last 7 ball games, headed toward a division championship. If they win this afternoon, they indeed will clinch the AFC Eastern Division. More coaching announcements this week. Last week we had the reappointment or re-signing of Don Shula as head coach. This week, his assistant, his top assistant, Bill Arnsparger, accepted the head coaching job at LSU. He will meet the press in Baton Rouge tomorrow, and so the Dolphins must seek a replacement for Arnsparger, but not until the season is completed. First down by the length of the football, so the Oilers track the ice first down-wise and have it first down at their 30-yard line. And the give us to Campbell. He runs left, turns the corner at the 35 to the 40, breaks the tackle, 45, 50. Lyle Blackwood will run him out of bounds. Down the far sideline, and again, the Dolphins guilty of shabby tackling, and Campbell can bust the game open. We all recall that 1978 game when he rushed for 199 yards and just broke the Dolphins back with a long scamper down the far sidelines. This time he goes for 35 yards and a first down before Lyle Blackwood ran him out down at the Dolphins' 35-yard line. Boy, if ever Houston team is doing what it wanted to do, Houston is certainly doing what it wants right now. They've held the ball for almost 5 minutes. Campbell has carried the ball 6 times. He is going to be a workhorse this afternoon. That's obvious. They're keeping the ball away from the Dolphins and moving effectively downfield, and so far we have a ball game. Third down and 4 yards to go. They mark it at the 17. Campbell, the only back. Dressel, a tight end in motion. Here's the give to Earl over the right side. Cuts it back to his left. He's got a hole. Down to the 10. Down to about the 7-yard line. Ball is down at the Dolphins' 5, down here at the east end of the field. Houston moving from our left to our right. We have 9 minutes exactly left to play in the first quarter, and the Oilers shoving the Dolphins' defense all over the place. Smith will reset, strong side left to right. Dressel, the tight end, strong side right. Bryant's foot to the far side. Campbell, the only back, in behind Luck. Here is Luck back to throw. He has time. He fires the middle. The kick. It's up, and it's good. So the Dolphins trail by a score of 7-0 with 8 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Oilers made it look easy. 6 minutes, 13 seconds, the time of possession. 81-yard drive and 12 plays. Luck to Smith, 5-yard touchdown pass. Miami did achieve a first down, but then on a third down pass, Marino had all day to throw. He threw it over Duper's head to the near sideline, and the Dolphins have had to punt. So it'll be Houston starting from our left to our right from their 20-yard line. Receivers spread to both sides of the field. Campbell, the only back, double tight ends. Dressel goes in motion back to the far side. Here's Luck to give to Earl outside, turns the corner at the 25, and is wrestled to the turf at about the 29-yard line. Earl Campbell getting outside again. A good indication of what is happening right now is that Houston is just plain controlling the offensive line. They're taking the right side of the Dolphins defense out, and the safeties are having to make all the tackles. The first quarter expires. It's all Houston Oilers as they lead by a score of 7-0 on the Miami Dolphins Football Network. And it's a first and goal down at the Dolphins 1. Miami continuing to get whipped, and they better be careful because this could turn out to be the upset of the year. Front of Campbell. Give us to Earl outside left. He is hit and goes into the end zone. They hit him, but his forward progress, his momentum just carried him over the tackler. Mike Charles threw 283 pounds at him, and Campbell just knocked him back into the end zone. He did. He took on Charles one-on-one. Charles looked like he had him stopped too, and Campbell's power just drove back Charles. Charles likes to do his levitation. I want to tell you something. Campbell picked him about 2 yards off the ground that time. Unbelievable. Oilers lead 13-0 as Mike Charles was overrun by Earl Campbell, and Houston has made it look so easy. The Dolphins #1 in the point defense, one of the top 4 teams defensively in the league, being shoved all over the place. Here is James to Hole. Kemp can make it 14-0. Ball is set down. It's up, and it's perfect. So we have a 14-0 score in favor of Houston. 10-11 to go in the second quarter. Touchdown drive, time of possession 7:35, 80 yards, 13 plays. Campbell over from the 1-yard line. Ball at the 28, third down and 12. Back to throw as Bo Camper is after him. Luck swings it up. It is caught and dropped. out of the screen. Caught and dropped by Donnie Kraft, a running back in his second year from the University of Louisville. Ocamper forced him back into a deep drop with a lot of pressure, and he had the ball out. The screen was set up, and Kraft was looking upfield, and he took his eye off the ball. So, for one of the few times, in fact, the first time this afternoon, James will come in and punt.
You know, I'm not a coach, Rick, and I don't like to second guess, but you got to wonder why they would do that, Rick. Why they would get away from the things that have been working so well for them and start trying to experiment.
James back at the 13-yard line. The Dolphins in a Donnybrook here. Walker is deep in the middle. He's got one protector up the near side. That's Kozlowski. James averaging 39.5 yards a punt. High spiral. Up for the reception is Walker, 35, 40, eludes one, gets to the 45, out to the 46-yard line. So the Dolphins get their best field position of the day. Play. They're not allowing Marino to get deep.
That's exactly right, Rick. They are taking away the deep pass. They are playing off those receivers, giving them a little bit underneath, and so far, Marino, who has thrown the ball to 4 different people, may have to start looking towards his tight end a little more, Rick, because the wide receivers aren't getting open.
Will go into a shotgun. They have not been successful out of this formation with regard to a first down all afternoon. They've only been able to get the ball as far as their own 48. They have a third down and 13. Here's the snap. Marino back to throw. He has all day. Pops it across the middle of the rows. He's at the 50, runs for the sideline. First down, 40, 35, and out of bounds. At the Houston Oilers 35-yard line. Marino faced excellent deep secondary coverage with all of his wideouts being covered upfield, so he caught Rose coming across the middle. Dolphins down at the 24, so to bring up second down and about 11. We have 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go in a half. Houston in control, 14-0. The Dolphins having a problem, sputtering. One back, Nathan in behind Marino. Danny drops, looks in the middle. Here's the pattern. It is knocked down in the end zone by the linebacker. And here's another flag. This time it is going to be against Houston. The coverage, Robert Brazil had the deep drop on Dan Johnson, the intended receiver in the end zone. And so the Dolphins off the interference get a first and goal at the Houston 1.
Dolphins increasingly now going to go to the tight ends, Rick. That's what they're going to have to do because those wide receivers can't get open.
Everybody sets in tight. All the beef up front. Franklin and Nathan the backs. Here's a give to Franklin over the right side. Shoots for the end zone. He's in. For the score. Andra Franklin not to be denied. And he was brought down to the end zone by rookie linebacker Tim Joyner, but not before he was across, got jammed up over right guard, and he was determined. He smelled that end zone and slid off the tackle and made it into the end zone for his 7th rushing touchdown. And the Dolphins finally got on the board as Franklin gets over from 1 yard out. It's 14-6 with 3:27 to go in the half.
You know, Rick, the fans here are booing the call, but proper call. They should be booing Brazil because he had the coverage. There was no reason for him to get the bump.
Von Schaman with Strock to hold can make it 14-7. Finally, the Dolphins get on the board with 3:27 left to go in the half. Snaps it down, kick is up, and it's good. So it's a 14-7 ball game. A 5-minute drive. Franklin over from 1 yard out, 54 yards and 9 plays, but
And I'll tell you, Rick, these defensive players are just beat up after this first half. They've been taking a physical beating.
So that's the end of the first half with the Houston Oilers playing well. The Dolphins now just getting on track. They're going to have to make some adjustments and get things going offensively and defensively to get back into this game for the second half. The score at halftime, Houston 14, the Dolphins 7. This Walker is deep in the middle. Kozlowski near side. Eddie Hill to the far side. Second half underway. Dolphins moving from our left to our right. Short, high kickoff. Joe Rose will grab it, and he lets one of his teammates, Mark Brown, have the ball at the 40-yard line. They tried a little chip shot. Not quite an onside kick, perhaps to get somebody up there to fumble the football, and it didn't work.
It's dumb, Rick. I don't understand. This team has effectively shut Miami down for most of the half, and to give them that kind of field position, I just don't understand it. And, I guess that's why they'll be looking for another coach next year.
Second down and 10 from the Oilers' 38. We have 13 minutes to go in the third quarter. One back, Nathan. Hardy in motion to the near side. Marino again drops. He looks. He fires to Nathan. He's got it. Hooks away for defensive back. 30. Fumbles the ball. Rolling to the end zone. Who's going to get it? It is loose in the end zone. Big scramble back on the baseline of the end zone. And it is going to be recovered by the Houston Oilers. And they will get a touchback from the 20-yard line. Off the touchback in the end zone. And we got a second down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Smith goes wide to the right side. Bryant is wide to the near side. Campbell, the only back, in behind Luck. Second and 10 from the 20. Luck will put it up. He drops. He throws. Campbell's got it back at the 18, to the 20, 25, 30, 40. He's gone at the 50. Down to the 45. One man has a shot at him, and he is stiff-armed him. They're putting him down, a flag on the play, and we may get a face mask. William Judson was fighting Campbell all the way down the sideline. And again, the Dolphins defense self-destructs with no tackling at all. 66 yards for Earl Campbell. You just see that coming. Campbell got up ahead of steam. Once he had that momentum going, he was off to the races. And we're going to get a face mask call on William Judson on the tackle. The penalty puts the ball down to the 9-yard line. Okay, the ball at the 2-yard line. Third down and goal from that point. Campbell and Moriarty split backs, double tight ends, Dressel in motion near side. Give to Campbell. He is caught behind the line of scrimmage, and a great play by A.J. Dewey, and he ducked him back at about the 5 or the 6-yard line. Dewey grabbed him by 1 foot and hung on for dear life. All right, Kemp from 23 yards away. Second year, right-footed soccer-style kicker out of Penn. John James will hold. Awaiting the snap. Here it is, set down, the kick is up, he's got the distance, it's perfect. So the Oilers now move to a 10-point lead, and the Dolphins are in deep trouble. 9 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the third period. The Oilers lead 17-7. Kemp will put the ball down on the tee here momentarily. Miami had a good drive. Nathan was in the open, but when he was hit, the ball squirted out, rolled about 20 yards into the end zone, and Carter Hartwig beat Nat Moore to the ball. Recovered for a touchback, and then it took the Oilers only 5 plays. 75 yards, 5 plays, time of possession 3:04. Kemp a 23-yard field goal, and Luck to Campbell a 66-yard screen pass, which Earl busted down the sidelines, and Judson with a face mask on top of it. So the Dolphins now find themselves down by 10 points, and they're going to have to score in a hurry. Kemp will kick to Fulton Walker, if indeed he doesn't try some more trickery. Hill off to the far side, Kozlowski down the near side. We have 9:42 left to play in the third quarter. Dolphins charter due back at Miami International tonight at about 7:45. Here is Kemp forward. He hits it high. It will not be deep. Walker drifts up, grabs the ball at the 11. He's at the 15, 20, breaks through a hole, 30, 35, 40, back to the middle. He's at the 50, now up the sidelines, 40, dribbles the ball, down at the 35-yard line. The initial indication is that the Dolphins have it. Second down and 6 from the 19. Dolphins moving from our left to our right towards the east end of the field. Receivers spread to either side, double tight ends. Nathan the only back behind Marino. Marino will drop, fires across the middle. Duper's got it at the 5-yard line. A flag goes down. We may get a penalty call against Houston on the tackle. Duper caught the ball at the 6. He was dropped by free safety Carter Hartwig. And the Dolphins have a first and goal down at the 3-yard line. Third and goal from the 2-yard line. Dolphins having difficulty scoring on this Houston defense, which has suddenly become a bunch of crazy people on the field. All right, third and goal from the 2. Nathan in motion to the near side. Here's Marino. He throws the ball to Nathan. He is going to be knocked out of bounds a yard, 2 yards shy of the goal line by linebacker Ted Thompson. This will be spotted at about the 10, a 20-yard attempt from right out in front at the east end. Strock to hold, snap, set down, the kick is up, and he pushes it through there. So the Dolphins now sneak up to within 7 points. They have never led in this ball game. The score, Houston 17, the Dolphins 10, 7:10 to go in the third quarter. At time of possession, 2:19 over a 20-yard field goal, 34-yard drive in 6 plays. The score, as we have 15 minutes of the game left, is 17-10. The Dolphins haven't done much right today against one of the worst-ranked defenses in the league. Let's see if they can get into the end zone now. They're a long way away. Have a first out at their 37-yard line. Receivers are spread, double tight ends. Here's the play fake. Marino pumps once. He's going deep up the middle. He's got a man down there. It's going to be intercepted by number 25. They picked it off. Keith Bostic, the strong safety, was going deep for Duper, and again he overled his target. That is only the 6th interception, but as Duper made the tackle, only the 6th interception for Marino on the year. But the way things are going today, why, that's about the only bad thing that hasn't happened. And So it happened.
Threw right into that deep zone, and there was actually 3 men down there. They had triple coverage on Duper, and all Bostic had to do was wait for the ball to come down.
So the defense, who probably thinks they were born out there, is out there again. Through the third quarter, Miami 12 first downs, Houston 14. And Marino has just thrown his 6th intercept of the season. Baxton and I, Moriarty and Campbell. Here's the give to Campbell. He gets into the middle. He gets only to about the 17-yard line. Moriarty and Campbell, again the I-backs. Receivers are spread. The Dolphin defense has to get this football back. Oliver Luck will play fake, drops to throw. He has time, throws it across the middle. It's tipped, and I believe Ernie Roan got a hand on it, knocked it away from Steve Bryant, the intended receiver. 3rd down and 9. Houston from their 17. They have to get it out to the just shy of the 27-yard line. Out of the shotgun formation, Oliver Luck will drop back to throw. He has time to left where he throws the ball and is caught out of the backfield at the 20-yard line by Edwards, and he is smacked to the turf shy of the first down at the 26-yard line. James gets the ball. He rifles one out of there, backs Walker up. He'll take it back at about the 27, cuts it to the far side at the 30, gets a block, 35, up across the 40, and is knocked down at about the 41-yard line. Here's a big hole for Tony Nathan. He's out across the 50 to the 45, and again, trap blocking. That's the only type of blocking that the Dolphins have been able to run behind this afternoon, and Nathan gets down to the 43-yard line before Willie Tullis, the right quarterback, makes the tackle. 14 yards for Tony Nathan. All right, Franklin, Nathan, I-backs. Here's the give to Nathan. They run it the other way. Gets to the 40, down inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. Comes up about 3 yards shy, running that time in behind the guards, and the right tackle and the tight end. Ball at the 37, 2nd down and 4. One back, double tight ends. Receivers are spread. Here is Marino to give to Franklin. He's got the first down across the 35. Flag goes down. Wait a minute, he's close to the first down. Let's don't give it to him yet. But there's a flag toss. Somebody grabbed him, and I don't know whether it's a face mask or not. Greg Bingham is a fellow who pulled on his face mask, so they'll tack it on the end of the run, and the Dolphins will get a first down out of this. Dolphins down 17-10. Have never even been even in this ball game. Let's see if they can get in for 7 points. First down at the 28. Backs are split, so are the receivers. One tight end. Here's Marino. Quick drop. Throws a slant in. Caught by Moore. 15. Through the 10. 5. Touchdown for the Dolphins. And there are no flags.
Matt Moore really turned it on, Rick. He split the coverage as he ran that slant. Marino's an excellent slant passer. If anything's going to bring Marino back in the ballgame, it's that pattern. And Moore split the coverage and then accelerated and beat the 2 men into the end zone. Nat showing that old quickness.
Willie Tullis was the man beaten on the play, and I look around over my right shoulder. You know why we just scored? Our good friend, Father Don Walk, has just come into the booth and said something to the man upstairs.
Where's he been all day?
It's 17-16.
That'll do it every time.
All right, Strock will hold. Von Schaumann can tie it up for the first time. 11:46 to go. As Marino connects for his 20th touchdown pass of the year. Moore catches number 6. Awaiting the snap, set down, the kick is up, and we got a tie ball game for the first time this afternoon. It's even at 17 with 11:46 left to play. 57-yard drive, 4 plays. Marino to Moore, 28 yards for the TD. It took him 1 minute and 23 seconds, and it's tied at 17. We're down to 9 for the Oilers from their 34. Luck goes into the shotgun. They have to get just shy of the 43 to keep this series alive. Here's the snap. Luck back to throw. He has time. Fires deep up the near side. It is incomplete. Coming over at the 50-yard line was Blackwood to knock it away from Bryant, but the ball was high anyway.
Rick, that's the 6th straight time now that the Oilers have failed to convert on 3rd down, and that's because they've had to go 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, and the Dolphins, while they haven't had sacks, have had good quarterback pressures and have forced him into errant throws by making him throw earlier than he wants to.
James will punt. Walker deep in the middle. Kozlowski far side. To the near side is Glenn Blackwood. We have 9:27 to go. Score tied at 17. Standing at the 19 is John James. Awaiting the snap from Carter. Here it is. He will get the punt out of there and hangs it high. Beautiful kick. Walker backs up. He will take it at the 20-yard line. Fumbles the ball and falls on it at the 18. That's the second time that Fulton has caught the ball this afternoon. Jackson and I, Nathan and Franklin, receivers are spread. Here's a give to Tony Nathan. Finds a hole in the middle. Puts his head down. 25 up to the 30-yard line. Bobbing and wielding like a boxer that time. Tony. Backs are Bennett along with Nathan. The receivers are spread. First down from the 37. Here's the play fake. Marino back to throw. Wobbles one upfield. Caught by Duper. And he shakes one tackle and gets down to about the 46-yard line in Houston territory. They were battling for the ball. He and Carter Hartwig, the free safety. So everybody comes in, sets in tight. 3rd and 2 from the 39. Backs are split. Here's a give to Nathan. Outside of the right, big hole. 35 back to his left. 30, down to 25, 20, 15, down to the 12-yard line. From the 9, second down and 6. Marino, quick drop. He looks. Now he's going to run with the ball. Gets it to the middle, gets 5, 4, and fumbles the ball. Dolphins may have it. Dolphins have got the ball. They stripped the ball from him. He is not a world-class sprinter, and Adra Franklin recovered at the 5.
You could see he was going to fumble that ball, Rick. He was carrying it way outside like a loaf of bread. You don't carry the football that way.
And Marino is not getting up. Marino is not getting up at the 4-yard line. The trainers come out in a hurry. And the ball will be put down at the 5. It'll be 3rd down coming up and 3 yards to go for a first down. Couldn't find anybody open, so he elected to run with the ball. He was hit and dropped down at the 5. And who's warming up, Henry? Anybody?
Nobody, but Strock has got his helmet on.
They're looking, I think they're probing around his left leg, Henry, if I'm not mistaken. And Marino is in some degree of pain down there. Henry?
Yeah, it is the left knee they're checking out.
4:22 to play. Score tied at 17. They need 3 yards for a first down. Woody Bennett will come in, and somebody's going to come out of there. Andra Franklin. So Bennett and Nathan will be the backs. They have all the beef up front for the blocking. Strock. Marino did come off under his own power. Strock, the quarterback, from the 5-yard line. They have to get it just outside the 2 or inside the 3 to get a first down. Out of the I formation. Strock pitches to Nathan. Right side. Cuts it outside. 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Miami. Tony Nathan finally gets into the end zone from 5 yards out. Great blocking off the right side by Eddie Newman and the tight end over there, along with Woody Bennett. He finally knocked somebody into the nickel seats. Von Schaman with an important extra point coming up can give the Dolphins a 7-point margin for the first time. Awaiting the snap. High snap. Strock gets it down there. Kick is up and through the uprights. So it's 24-17. Miami, as Marino was shaken up trying to run with the ball. 3 minutes and 51 seconds remain between the Dolphins and their division championship. And they have taken the lead for the first time on an 82-yard drive, 10 plays, time of possession, 5:26. Nathan over the right side from 5 yards out. Here's a first down for Houston. And it's they spotted down at the Dolphins' 46-yard line. Here's Luck in all kinds of trouble. Throws the ball in midfield. It's going to be intercepted. Back at the 16-yard line by Lyle Blackwood. He was being chased all over the place. Indeed, it looked like there was jumping around at the line of scrimmage. I'm astounded there weren't any flags thrown. Steve Bryant was the man for whom it was intended. But the Dolphins intercept Luck and stop the drive. The Dolphins have this game won. 45 seconds to go. No timeouts remaining for the Oilers. Strock with 5 seconds on the 30-second clock. And again, Bingham is across the line of scrimmage, but this time no flag as Strock falls down with the ball. 30 seconds to play, no penalty call. Dolphins will take it at the 18-yard line. 3rd down coming up in 9. But for all practical purposes, this game is over. The Dolphins and the Oilers shake hands, and what a ball game this has been. Now, what a scare the Houston Oilers threw into the Miami Dolphins. The big question now is a bruise, or what is it, on the side of Dan Marino's left knee. We're going to be back and wrap things up for you. The final score here as the Dolphins win the AFC East and are in the playoffs now. And will go against a yet-to-be-determined opponent on a yet-to-be-determined date, either December the 31st or January the 1st. And that will be forthcoming as the other title races are settled. Final score here, Dolphins 24, the Oilers 17.